Hey guys, welcome to the Sim Racing Paddock. I'm William Marsh, and we are going to take a second look at NASCAR Heat 3. So, my first look of NASCAR Heat 3, it was pretty clear it ruffled some feathers. Quite a few people were posting some controversial comments. Some people were saying I had no idea what I was talking about. Some people were saying that, oh, you can fix everything in the garage, or you had the game set up wrong. So I'm going to try to take the second look to at least try to re-enter this with somewhat of an open mind and try to address some of those claims. So first off, let's address one of the claims saying that the game should not be driven with 900 degrees of rotation. So I created a new SimuCube profile for NASCAR Heat 3 running at 540 degrees of rotation. And then I have the overall strength set to 50% because if I had it set higher, it was getting close to almost breaking my wrist. Force feedback has a lot of issues, so I set the force reconstruction filter all the way to 10. I might try it at 8. We'll see what happens. Damping, friction, and inertia, like I have set to my standard go-tos. So we'll use that as our baseline SimuCube setup for NASCAR Heat 3. And now let's fire up NH3 and we'll give this a second go. We'll see how this reacts. And we will go deeper into some other elements such as the setup screen, and we'll talk about how that is. And one of the things a lot of people were asking about was the steering ratio. And they're like, oh yeah, if you turn up the steering ratio in the game, it should be fixed. And I just want to partly address why fixing the steering ratio is a band-aid to a deeper problem that needs to be resolved. But like without further ado, let's jump in and we will go into the options and game settings, or not game settings, we'll go into controls. So controls, we go into the controller settings wheel, set it to 540 degrees. So in theory, that should be 1-to-1 representation. It should be 1-to-1 steering. And then I believe Austin, he had a tiny dead zone, but that was also partly because I believe he still uses the Logitech G27, but we'll just give that a go to humor. Steering range, he had a little set higher. Steering sensitivity, we set to center. That should, in theory, be 1-to-1. That's how it goes in all other sims and everything like that. Brake sensitivity, I'm going to turn down a couple clicks, but it should be okay. And we will now go in here. So let's see. We have to turn steering a bit for it to even recognize. That's normal though. But yeah, so steering should be okay. It's 1-to-1. We're not seeing any acceleration at low steering. We are not going to see a slowing down there. So that should be okay. Throttle is fine. Brake is fine. That's fine. It looks just fine in the step screen. And to its credit, it works okay with an open sim wheel. Not the best force feedback, not the worst. Works fine with my Heusinkveld pedals. It works just fine with my Heusinkveld pedals, which is nice. So save changes, yes. So I'll give it that credit. Works well with my Heusinkveld shifter. That works well. So now we have our control set. Game settings. They were throwing a hissy fit because I had it set to 95, the default strength. People were throwing a hissy fit because of that. Why? Beats me. We'll do a 25% race. Why not? Tire wear construction or consumption will do 4 times normal. So simulate full race in that time frame. So we can try that. So one thing that just baffles my mind is what the people that were complaining about me complaining about the yellow flags is because I had it set to relaxed yellow. I am fully aware in my last stream I actually had the relaxed yellow. I knew that in my live stream, but relaxed yellow doesn't mean non-existent yellows. There's a setting for that. No flags. No flags means no yellows. When you're in a race and you get wrecked from 4th place and you barrel roll through the entire field, I don't care if it's relaxed yellow. A yellow flag should be coming out. Relaxed yellow, here's the thought that would at least go in most racers' minds. A single car spin. With strict yellows, a single car spin will cause a yellow flag to come out. That is in line with real world racing. I could understand under relaxed yellow, a single car spin doesn't bring out the yellow. I'd say the minimum for a relaxed yellow to come out would be maybe along the lines of 2 or 3 car incident. When there's a 20 car pileup, I would expect a yellow flag to come out. So that's my thought process. But for to humor you guys, I'll do a strict yellow. And we'll I already know strict yellow is more sensitive. I've tested it out. So we'll take a look. Now let's go up to quick race. So for this race, we did Chase Elliott last time. So we'll go to Kyle Larson, another one of my favorite drivers. He's local. I actually raced against him a couple times in iRacing. Nice guy. So let's do Charlotte Oval. Dragon, what's up? And Waffy, that's why I'm wondering. Like, because the thing is that, like, I was literally getting attacked by different people because of my first impressions, because I didn't have, like, I didn't give it a fair chance. So, what people were saying was, I didn't give it a fair chance because I didn't go into the setup screen, I didn't go to custom race setup, I didn't go to miscellaneous settings, and I didn't go to wheel lock and change it to 16 or 15 or 16. That was what Austin Ognowski said. That my entire 2-hour live stream of this game was completely invalidated because I didn't go into this screen and change wheel lock. That's what he said, essentially, on Twitter. And also, like, he commented, for some reason it's not showing up. I don't know if it's because I have a language filter for some of my comments or something, but it's like, it's something where, really, still, at the same time, sure, in the pit lane, we are seeing that it's not as non-linear. But the problem is still going to be there. So we're going to hit the track, and BCJM, it is not that. That is not what I'm doing. What I'm showing is that even with Austin Ognowski basically saying, even with his magic fix tips, the problem is still here. That's the thing. The problem is still here. So we're on the track, and my steering, I'm turned 90 degrees to the left, but it's showing maybe 15, 20 degrees. Or I'll be a little generous. It's showing like 40 degrees to the left. It is still not the one-to-one steering. It's still the speed-sensitive steering. And then if we slow down, actually we can't because there's a car on our inside, but when we get the chance, so for example, I'll try going into pit lane this time by. Actually, so pit lane, now it's way too sensitive. It's way too sensitive steering-wise, and you almost spin out. That is the problem. That is the problem. Sure, adjusting the steering ratio, that is going to, at the very least, make the car a little more sensitive steering. That it is. But that's putting a Band-Aid on a bigger issue. That's putting a Band-Aid on an issue that is not present in any other racing simulation, be it NASCAR simulations, be it R-Factor, be it iRacing. And it's kind of funny because I did get into a little bit of a Twitter war earlier, and I ended up deleting the comment. And how'd I get a penalty? Okay, I don't know. I thought we were at the right speed coming in, but But yeah, so the thing is, I did get into a bit of a Twitter war. I ended up deleting my tweets because of that. But yeah, this issue is still present. And it is present also on my Fanatec CSL Elite. So, Rashid, yes, I have driven this with the CSL Elite. I've also driven it with a Logitech G27. So, it is an issue baked into the game. So, we're turning into the corner, turning a lot more, slowing down. And then you can see the steering will actually speed up when you're slowing down. That is something that is wrong. That's wrong. At the very least, it's semi-drivable now. I'll say that. Where the steering ratio does at least make the car a little more drivable, and it could make it faster. And at the very least, that's functional. But it's still... This is some of the worst wheel support I've seen in a modern sim racing game. And that's saying something. That is saying something. This is some of the worst steering mechanics I've felt in a modern sim racing title. And yeah, as I mentioned in my previous stream, they're still asking $60 for that. And here's something I just thought of earlier on. This is like a NASCAR Heat if it was a sequel to the NASCAR Dirt to Daytona that came out back like in 2002. That's the thing. And 8328, I understand that angle, but still, other casual NASCAR games, they did at least have the perspective. They had the perspective to add in proper wheel support. If you race EA's NASCAR games way back when, it had decent support for a wheel. It did. If you raced even the Technics games in some senses, it had better wheel support. And it's like, it's frustrating. It really is. Also, here's something weird. A weird thing about this game. We're in a practice session. No standings to my knowledge. So you can see your laps and lap times. But there are no standings. No standings whatsoever. So you can't see how you stack up with your other cars. You can't see where you stack up compared to other drivers. And that makes no sense whatsoever. This is a practice session. You're supposed to find out how you stack up with other drivers. So you literally cannot actually have something where you can't see other cars' lap times in the practice. Yep, totally realistic. Best NASCAR simulation available. So, we'll hop out of this. Can you pause and see times? You can see your times. You can see the lineup. You can't see any other car's times. You can't see any other car's times, literally. So, it's like, that makes no sense whatsoever. Literally makes no sense. You can't see people's lap times. So you jump into qualifying blind. You don't know what other cars are doing. So we'll do custom qualify setup, I guess. And then we will qualify. But yeah, practice, you're supposed to see how you stack up with other drivers. So, yeah. So, one of the things I just thought is, if you guys, I know this video is going around lately among tech YouTuber channels, where there was this YouTube video from The Verge that was essentially saying, like, how to build a PC. But through how to build a PC, they just kept on doing everything wrong. They kept on doing everything wrong. The guy had no idea what he was talking about. and some of the things he was advising would actually damage your computer. That's the kind of vibe I'm getting from this game. It's like, yeah, it's a NASCAR game. You have this, you have the driving mechanics. And at the base, I just keep on wondering, did they even have a clue what a NASCAR game entails? Did they even have a clue on what you're supposed to do? And yeah, so we get times now. We have times now, which is nice. But yeah, let's change into our custom race setup. Wheel lock 16 degrees, that's right. So start the race. We'll likely not do well, but at least we'll fight. Jimmy Johnson has been struggling all weekend. Okay. Interesting note. But yeah, it's just like, it doesn't really make sense on a racing game standard of what they're doing. And wow, that was my fault. That was my fault. Well, at least a caution came out. A caution came out. That's nice. Under relax, there would have been no caution, even though that was a pretty significant accident. So we don't have to worry. We are already in last anyway. So actually, we weren't. We were in like 28th, but let's see how this goes. We get to see how the AI behaves. But yeah, I turned it on to strict caution. So yeah, if a caution didn't come out there, they would have needed a lot of explaining. But yeah, so I'm steering about 45 degrees and it's showing maybe 20 degrees in the virtual wheel. That's a far cry from the actual one-to-one steering that we were getting in the settings menu. Yep, Camrys have been in NASCAR for 11 years now. So we're driving at 100% strength, so cars are at least a little more difficult, and it's kind of funny. Danica Patrick's still in the game, even though she retired. But yeah, the thing is, this could have been a good NASCAR sequel, theoretically, if the NASCAR Heat series was still around, and this game came out in 2006, 2007. But yeah, this steering fix, according to Austin, it didn't fix anything. It makes the car a little more twitchy, which that's kind of the point of steering lock. It's not a steering wheel fix. Whoa. Got a little bump and run, I think, from Danica. Okay. So now let's actually fight. Let's fight our way up the field. And it's interesting because I didn't realize NASCAR stock cars had very scratched up windshields. When you drive under the lights, you see all the scratches. How's the damage model? It's meh. It's meh. You can barrel roll through the field with full damage on and still be able to drive away and be relatively competitive. So yeah, totally realistic. And then the sounds. They literally sound like they were ripped out of NASCAR 2003 season. These are not what 2018 NASCAR Cup cars sound like. Wow, that's fast. Not really, but thank you for the vote of confidence. Had a lift. Still have a massive run on Ross Chastain. 3 wide. There we go. Still got the run out. Window reflection's actually decent since it's simulating plexiglass. Yeah, but is plexiglass usually this scratched? Well, they might get dodged. That's now a foreign manufacturer. Honda Accord, that would be cool in NASCAR. Compete with the Camry. I almost bought an Accord a few years ago. Decided to get a Volkswagen GTI instead. Yeah, we're doing a decent job fighting up through the field. And note, this is 100% strength. This isn't the 95. So I don't think we're going to lap the entire field twice, but we are fighting up through. Yeah, it sounds identical to the original NASCAR Heat. Yeah, that's the frustrating thing, because I understand it's nice to have monster games come back and make NASCAR games almost 20 years after they made the original. And the problem is, a lot of the assets are recycled from the original NASCAR Heat from 1999. But yeah, the AI actually, they do race each other well. You would need to scale it up, though, to match you. I mean, I'm at 100%. Maximum is 105. 95, they're literally pushovers. So it's interesting seeing how skewed the rating is. I would just wonder how insane it is to drive with these at 85% strength. Because 85 is the lowest they go in this game. So 85% strength, I mean, what? Lap them 20 times in a race? Who knows? But yeah, we were all the way in 40th. And in about 10 laps, we're up to 24th. Not bad. Wow, that's fast. That just cracks me up how he just says it. Got a little loose there. Cut low. Have I tried the dirt racing? I did a little bit of the dirt racing. I'll do it after this race. Not as good as iRacing. Not as good as iRacing. And it's kind of funny, though, because I was talking with Billy Strange before I did my live stream yesterday. And I was talking with him, and he was like, yeah, dirt racing was garbage. I made sure to get my refund of the game. And it's like, yeah, I can't get my refund because Thrustmaster gave me this game. Okay, caution is out. And I wish there was a way to see what causes the caution. There's no way to see what causes the caution, so yeah, you're kind of just stuck with wondering what happened, what caused the caution. And I know iRacing's the same way. iRacing, you can't see how it is, but because the cars are in a way, like, since there's no way for the computer not to take control under caution, it would be just like, yeah, you can't get whatever. So we'll pit. We gained 17 spots by pitting. Okay, not bad. First car to pit. But yeah, so just with how this is, I would have liked to see some sort of mini replay, because the AI takes control of your car anyway. So why not see what, like, why the computer's taking control of your car? Ooh, Eric Jones. Whoa! Someone else just sideswiped me. Kyle Busch. Okay. I did pit. What the? I did pit. It said I pitted. What is going on here? There's highlight replay after the race, but yeah, you can't see actually, like, whoa. Ay, ay, ay. That was my fault, I think. And I can't make it to the pits this time. I'm trying to pit. If I pitted, how would I gain so many positions if the people behind me pitted? But I thought the screen said that I pitted. Come on. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Well, that stunk a bit.
Slow down. You got to pit. Bring her in. You're low on gas. You entered pit road too fast. You got the wrong flag.
Ah. That stinks. Entered pit road too fast to add insult to injury. Well, now we just got to pit. And we'll be in trouble. Maybe we'll get the lucky dog because we'll be a lap down. We gotta love the pit entry physics. Maybe not pitting would be a good thing. At least the suffering would be over. 15-second penalty for speeding. In real life, it would be a stop and go. In real life, it'd be a stop and go. Okay, there's a gap. Let's merge on. So I think we're 2 laps down now. Let's see what we can do. Because the leaders, they have to pit. The leaders would have to pit. And, ay, that's understeer galore. Yeah, this won't damage my arrow too much, at least. I should still be relatively competitive. I miss NASCAR 2006. I agree with that. I liked that opening cutscene race where you're driving and then boom, big wreck, Jeff Gordon barrel rolls in the grass. Then you got to switch to Jimmy Johnson and win the race in NASCAR 06. So I just posted a personal best lap with this damage. Or maybe close to personal best. Enough to say let my crew chief go, wow. But yeah, because growing up, I was just such a Hendrick Motorsports fan. I enjoyed that cutscene. I enjoyed having both Jimmy Johnson and Jeff Gordon on the cover. Come on, there needs to be another caution soon. NASCAR 2003 best. Yes. In terms of driving feel, yeah. I'd say in terms of immersion and just having fun, and like the career mode, I'd say NASCAR Thunder 2004. That one was a great one. Okay, car into pits, and wow, he just jumped in. Jamie Mack. Okay. Jamie Mack almost got a smack. Hamlin ran a little high, so we might get a run on him into 3. Slide job. Where's Jeff? Him and I were supposed to hang out today, but he literally was like, Yeah, I played video games all night. I'll call you when I wake up. So him and I are supposed to hang out today, but I have no clue what or how long he's going to sleep for. And we'll see if he hangs out today. But yeah, I want to try to get another stream with Jeff in the future. But yeah, he just gets busy. He works and has life. And yeah. I'm trying to enjoy this. I mean, the AI are actually pretty good. I mean, we're seeing battling 3 wide going in turn 1. That's Paul Menard, Ryan Blaney, and I believe that was Kyle Busch at the bottom. Now it is Truex. They're actually battling. It's 2 by 3, and boom, we get a caution. That's what I wanted to see. How about we mount a halo in these cars? So this time, pit A, accept. We are pitting. We pitted. We're all the way down. Okay, we got a free pass, though. We got the free pass. We're in 37th now. So we're still just 1 lap down. Jimmy Johnson all the way back in 36th. That's unusual for the champ. So now let's make some moves. Dive low. 3 wide in the bottom. Crazy run. Stayed low, low, low. DJ Kennington, I accidentally bumped him. My bad. We got the run on the outside. And then Chris Buescher. William Byron Jr. is in 33rd right now. Had a big lift. Little bump and run. Now it's 3 wide. 3 wide in turn 4. Oh my gosh, that's pinball. That's pinballing. What's going to make me laugh is, so NASCAR has this rule where you are not allowed to get the free pass if you're involved in caution. I still get the free pass. That's an exploit that I guess you can use to get back on the lead lap. So yeah, we're back on the lead lap, guys. I'll take it. Abusing NASCAR rules for profit. Why not?
Still there. Hold a good wheel here. Don't move. Stay high. Careful now. Still there.
Whoa. Okay. Not very effective. Passing on the outside, I guess. Okay, steer out.
Careful. Still there.
Massive run.
All right, now you're clear.
Take the Kyle Larson line because we are driving as Larson. Barely tapped William Byron, and that's a caution? That's a caution. Okay. I'll take it. Fresh tires and stuff.
Coming to the green, driver.
At least I know what caused the caution last time. Yep, that's true. So we're halfway through the race now. So now we can start working our way up through the field. We're going to get a massive run on the inside because that's how this game works.
Outside, outside. Car outside. Hold your line here.
Use the apron. A little bump and run never hurt anyone in this game, I guess. And we'll dive low.
Need you to stay on the bottom right here. Careful now. Still there. Hard on the outside. He's outside. Bottom lane's clear. Use it.
Keep on bottoming it out. But yeah, it's just like... I could see how this... Wow, okay. So now when I was doing research for this game, I kept on seeing this reference to what they call the pinball issue. The pinball issue when you're in the middle, 3 wide, people like go inside and outside of you, and basically that's what happens. They call it the pinball effect. Now I see what they're talking about. Okay. And I think partly I'm not sure about all this stuff because I missed out on NASCAR Heat 2. I skipped that game entirely. So now I'm experiencing some of these glitches. So interesting. What would I give this game out of 10? Maybe a 4.5. Maybe 4.5 with the wheel. I could see maybe with the controller being a little more generous, but 4.5 with the wheel, that seems about fitting. It's a semi-competent racing game. Decent AI, I'll give it that. Decent AI in most circumstances. But if you're in the middle and you get stuck 3 wide, you're gonna get in a lot of trouble. I guess that's just the nature of the AI of this game. And there was another caution. This time I'm not gonna pit. But yeah, so with this semi-competent NASCAR game, damage is a joke. Yellow flags, when you're doing the yellow flags with relaxed settings, it's a joke because barrel roll through the field. But for a racing game to get steering wrong in a NASCAR game, why? Why? And I just got totally rear-ended. But I'm greedy. What if you drove in the same pace and same lines? It would take hours to finish this race.
Have a good day. Stay sharp. All right, be ready.
So now we are lap 57. We'll see how this goes. So here we just get an insane run. I would either need to literally hit the brakes, or I'd actually need to actually move low or move high.
Careful, still there. Car on the outside now, outside. Hard on the outside. He's outside. Still there.
Yeah, Brad, that's the difference between relaxed and strict, I guess.
Stay on the bottom here for me. Still there. Hold your line.
4 wide in turn 3 and 4. Not pretty, but somehow it still worked.
Hold your line, driver. Hold your line.
Well, I spoke too soon. Spoke too... Oh my... God.
Yellow flag, yellow flag.
Josh, possibly, but at the same time, it's just like, no, because it's like freight train. That came out of nowhere. So, Danica Patrick retired, 40th place, not surprised. Eric Jones also retired.
Almost ready.
But consider, we're doing full damage. We're doing full damage in this. No hit has actually, like, knocked us out of the race. And this is with the realistic full damage.
Hang tight there, driver. Hold this line here.
So I'm just going to check out because I literally can't get squeezed in by Kane again, or else that'd be another caution.
Stay up high here. Stay up
But now they literally just check up in the middle of the corner, and either I'm going to rear end them or go wide. Let's let the field spread out and see where we can go from there. But literally closing in like 7 car lengths. 7 car length gap, and we just close in. Yeah, it seems like the AI is good at racing against each other. The AI is good at recognizing each other. They're even able to race 3 wide cleanly against each other. But when you add a human into the mix, they just don't get it, I guess. Trying to. So yeah, it seems like the AI can race against each other okay, but add a human in the mix and it's like, whoa, Nelly. Here we go. Should not have been able to exit that cleanly. Well, Jimmy's fought his way back up. That's cool. Seeing Jimmy doing well for himself. Whoops. Sorry, Jimmer. Well, there was NASCAR Legends way back in the day. And then R Factor 2 has the Houston Dissenter, which is sort of inspired by classic NASCAR. Threading the needle. Whoa. Yeah, I should have been smarter. 3 wide in the middle. That almost murders me. Oh, shoot. My spotter, I thought, called me clear there. Thought my spotter called me clear. Overtaken straight, waiting corner. So we're back in 38th. All that ground we made. We just keep on repairing our cars and we get a brand new vehicle. Isn't that how NASCAR works?
Hold your line, stay up high, stay high, careful, still there.
Please call me clear, spotter. I thought there was no car around me. Little scratch. Here we go. We're going to start building our way back up. Still got 28 laps to go. Miracle pit crew. I just got bump and run. Pinball! Almost. Oh. Oh, oh. Real pinball simulator. There are online multiplayer servers. There are. You can... So you have to turn up to 103 to turn down the bump. Wow. That's kind of shoddy on the developer's part. Benson, I'm using an open sim wheel, direct drive wheel.
Hold your line, stay up high, stay high, still there.
So I'm just actually going to lay back this time. I'm actually going to try to lay back. And I'm literally doing like 1/3 throttle and I'm still catching up to them. That is just insanity. And this is 100% strength AI.
Careful now, still there.
So I wanted to lay back for a lap and see how that went.
Careful now, still there. Still there.
Guess their spotters don't know the word clear. Or inside. Oops, just saw some sparks flying. So AI is hitting themselves now. But geez, 3x3x3 I think right now. Steering issues still here, yes. Easily still here. Adjusting the steering lock, it does make the car a little twitchier, but at the same time, the issue is still there. Way, okay. Yeah, the AI does not know how to avoid someone. Tokena, yes, I have. Doesn't fix anything. It doesn't. It makes the car more twitchy, but speed-sensitive steering still very much there. So, as I mentioned before, Austin's fix is putting a band-aid over a much larger problem. It really is. So yeah, our car's pretty damaged right now. And we're still going to close in on these guys and make room. It's funny how that works. So let's just take it easy. Ooh. And this car is just insanely tight, even though we're using better setups. And I'm not wanting to use any of those cheating exploits. Because if you go into Austin Ognoski's in defense of NASCAR Heat 3, he says it's the best NASCAR simulation out there. And he's like, yeah, to actually drive the cars, you need to set up these exploits and essentially use these cheats. Oh, car's engine's blowing. And that causes a yellow, okay. But wow. AI behavior during a yellow. Interesting. So we're going to get sent back to 80 or 38th, I guess. Nope, 35th. And the the car whose engine's blowing is still out there. Huh. Interesting. So guy with, oh my. Okay. I would get a black flag in real life. No black flag. Okay. That's one way to gain some spots. That's one way to gain 10 positions. So funny. When you lift off the throttle, it understeers into the wall. That's what I'm realizing. So, watch this. I'm flat out. Car's actually pretty stuck. Then I lift, and it understeers into the wall. I mean, I don't know everything about downforce, but I don't think that's how these cars are supposed to work. Ooh, Martin Truex Jr. is closing in hot.
Got one down low now. Got one down low. Inside. Hold your line. You got one inside. Hold your line. That car there's on your inside.
Yeah, it's funny how with the AI, they can race 4 wide in the middle of the corner. Okay.
Cleared all around.
I mean, that's pretty good AI on their end.
Outside.
I'll say that. Whoa. Okay. I was like next to the wall there.
Hold your line. You got one inside.
They did not see me, I guess. So let's see if we can finish strong.
Got one down low now. Got one down low. Inside. That car ahead.
It's kind of funny. In my live stream yesterday, people were saying, "You were the only person I've ever heard to say bad things about this game." I'm like, wow, that's interesting. And now other people are saying, I'm only hearing bad things. But bottom line, this game has potential. This game has potential. They just need to fix a lot. And I'm hoping they do. I mean, they got that big budget increase this year. I think that'll go towards future titles. So we'll see how that goes. Hopefully we can hope for the best. Maybe. Please. Thank you. Because with the budget increase, that could create a better game. But they need to really be able to improve things. For example, the steering. They need an option for one-to-one steering. It shows one-to-one steering in the options for the game. But when you're actually driving, it doesn't have one-to-one steering. And that just makes you scratch your head. And then also things like the pinball effect. They need to resolve that. That's an issue that is frustrating and unrealistic. So having that being resolved, that would go a long way. And then just seeing other minor fixes, being able to adjust head shake, being able to adjust field of view, being able to adjust things like that. That could make for a better NASCAR racing game. So I might go strategy for this next pit stop, if I can get slowed down in time. So we have a couple laps left. I think I'll go in next. I'm not sure. So 35. Let's see how much fuel we have next time by. Oh yeah, they also need to improve damage and yellow flag sensitivity. And I know there's the option for relaxed, but if you're barrel rolling through a field, like through the entire field of cars, yes, that needs to be resolved. And Truex on fresh tires is scary. I think Truex is on fresh tires. Yeah, I would not recommend this game for 50 bucks. Maybe 25, 30 max if you're a big NASCAR fan. But 50, no. Okay. We're at 40 miles an hour. Okay, that'll work. So we'll do right side tires. And no repair damage. So, what am I doing? Am I trying to spin out Harvick? So let's see how this goes. Can be on sale on Black Friday. If it's 25 to 30 bucks, then I might recommend it. And there's a yellow. There is a yellow. Wow. Okay. Well, that's going to make things interesting. We are in 11th. And it's overtime. Let's see if we can actually survive 2 laps.
One outside now. Clear all around. Here to go, driver.
If it saw what I did to Harvick in the pits, huh. That would be too sensitive for a caution. Make a move on Bowman.
Still there. Car high. Careful now.
Slide job.
Got all the room.
And Kurt Busch is going to go in the inside. But he's going to get held up by Timmy Hill.
White flag. Come on, dig, driver. Inside, inside.
So somehow, even with this entire mess,
Careful now. Still there.
we were involved in maybe like 12, 15 cautions. We're still going to finish 4th.
Top 5. Nice job.
Wow. Dathier 1, R Factor 2, they do have NASCAR tracks. They do. So, let's watch this. So, this is the highlight reel. Should be interesting. So, we take the green flag. And Ty Dillon and I trade paint. That should have ended my race right there. That should have ended my race, realistically. And then make a pass for 5th place. Then Benedetto make contact. And Ty Dillon again. Okay. So yeah, that's a big wreck. And then, boom, pinball effect again. And, ow, that was a brutal, brutal hit. And somehow all cars are still on the field. So yeah, just with this, you can kind of see why I'm a bit miffed with this game. I mean, trying to set up stuff and things like that, but still, this is just like a mess. And thank you, Sergio, for subscribing. Yeah. Then make a pass for 9th. Well, that works. So I guess they're counting when I'm passing cars entering pit lane as a highlight. Lap 102 makes a pass for 4th place. Question now subject. Brake pedal to left for right foot braking, to right for left foot. It's partly you just have to adapt in that situation. For the club sport pedals, you can't really move your pedals aside. That's one of the tricky parts. So, let's finish the event, put this mess behind us, and 2 races, 1 win. Okay. So, we were talking about dirt racing. We can do the Extreme Dirt Tour. And that just cracks me up, the asterisk. Not a sanctioned NASCAR series. I guess contractually they had to add that. So I guess some of these are up and coming talents and whatnot. Because all of them have pictures. Wait. Dan Goodman's a race car driver? Oh, cool. And then there's the Bristol Motor Speedway dirt track. Totally realistic. Dirt track at Charlotte. That's actually a real track. Drebin. Eldora. I guess there's a dirt road course. Interesting. And yeah, they make some of these fictional, like semi-fictional tracks, which are interesting. Let's try Drebin. Quick race settings. We'll do 103% because that's what people were saying. And yeah. We'll do some practice, see how the car behaves. And I'm disappointed at this part of the game because cars don't slide. Oh, they've held races at Bristol with dirt? How would they get the dirt to stick on the banking? Interesting. But yeah, I guess some of the tracks are fictional, like, or semi-fictional or whatever. So we're doing a looser setup now, so in theory we should be able to slide the car. Well, that's kind of sliding. Whoa. Someone hit us. That car's slow. Yeah, this... I can see why Billy Strange refunded the game. I can see why. What is the AI doing? Are they just parading? Huh. They're just like stopped. And this is 103% strength. Well, it's literally impossible to practice right now. So, next session, let's go to qualifying.
Time to go here. Time to go.
And let's see how this goes. But, yeah, it was almost literally impossible to practice with the AI. But yeah, my review on this is not going to be good. I'm just giving you a heads up at a time. I mean, there's potential. There is potential for this game, but it's just squandered by a lot of questionable decisions. Sort of like NASCAR in real life. And all of a sudden, the AI decides to go fast, I guess. Interesting. It's made by a kind of small team, but apparently they're officially backed by NASCAR, and they have the licensing deal all the way through 2029. So, 11 more years of this, I guess.
All right, coming to the green. Be ready here. All right, driver. Dig. Go.
Yeah, there's no traction control option in the game. There's only stability control, which is off. Oh my god! Did you see that? Oh my gosh, that car literally just barrel rolled. Or not barrel rolled, but nose dived into... And now there's a caution. And remember, guys, we're on strict cautions. We're on strict cautions. But somehow, that car just completely barrel rolled and... Yeah. Whoa. And I had nothing to do with it. But yeah, that's one of the reasons I'm so critical right now. Because I want to see a good NASCAR game. I want to. But this just isn't it right now. I mean, it's cool it has the features, but they actually need it to be more playable. Well, we're getting some sliding, but still, it's just like sticky. Rubbin's racing, boys. Rubbin's racing, I guess. At least for dirt. Okay. Oh, I didn't touch the guy and he's looped it around. Okay. Yeah, it starts sliding and then somehow just... Well, we're up to 4th now. But yeah, after driving iRacing dirt, and iRacing dirt's not perfect, but after that, this just... It almost feels like driving on asphalt in comparison, which that's not a good thing. And all of a sudden, boom, make the move outside. And this is at 103% strength, guys. 103%. And I'm in 2nd. I'm a crappy driver. I'll fully admit it. How am I doing this? Yeah, it's not made for serious simulation racers, but it's kind of funny when Austin Ognowski says this is the best NASCAR simulation in years. You kind of want to check his claim, fact check him. Granted, he is one of the least trustworthy people in sim racing, but yeah, he says, whoa, it's the best NASCAR game in years, or not in years, but it's one of the best NASCAR simulations out there, even compared to NR 2003. And it's like, really? Yeah, no. This, again, I'm going to use this phrase again. This sim, game, whatever you want to call it, this checks almost all the boxes on how not to make a racing game in 2018. Like, it's not really accessible for beginners. It's not accessible for the hardcore. And at the same time, it just has broken steering. Yeah, you can see literally I'm holding the wheels like still at times. And you'll see the wheels straighten out as I'm getting faster. That's not supposed to happen. That is not supposed to happen. So I'm going to hold the wheel at 90 degrees to the right for this next corner. Slow down, steering's more. Speed up, steering is less. That is broken steering functionality. No steering lock tweak is going to fix that, Austin. No steering lock tweak is going to fix it. Richard, this is a $50 game. I mean, I think it's $50 on PC, $60 on console. Yeah. No. This is a game to pick up in the bargain bin. So literally, you're seeing the steering straighten out. And I'm not moving the physical wheel. The virtual wheel will turn in more when you slow down. That's a big problem. Big problem. Hopefully they fix it, but I've heard rumors that they might fix the speed sensitivity issue. Or at least have an option to turn it off in the future, but I'll believe it when I see it. But this is a major issue for road courses, for dirt racing, for short tracks. It's just something that should not be there. And boom, we get a 99 speed rating still. I mean, for my review, I'll try with a controller, but yeah, with a wheel, it's like, no. No. So yeah, I mean, this is a shorter stream and stuff, but yeah, this I just wanted to fact check what some people were saying about my previous live stream. I wanted to show you that even with that fixing of the steering lock and everything, it's still a major issue. It's still an issue that needs to be addressed. Raising the steering ratio, that puts a band-aid on an issue that shouldn't exist. I mean, okay, I need to do one thing though to do due diligence. So I forgot to adjust the steering lock in this dirt. I forgot to change the steering lock. So we'll just do a quick examination of the steering ratio in the setup. So we'll just do a quick practice again. But yeah, so again, adjusting the steering ratio is not going to get rid of speed sensitive steering. So we'll go to custom race setup. Actually, yeah, we'll max it out. So it already was high steering lock. So that already invalidates Austin's point. And wow, already there's a car flip and there's a hit. So higher steering lock. Still, barely counter steering coming out the corner. Sure, it might slide a little more, but still, hold the steering wheel, slow down, the steering increases. Speed up, the steering decreases. That's classic speed-sensitive steering, and that's a problem. That's something that needs to be addressed, and also this dead AI that's just doing pace laps during practice. That's fundamentally broken. So hopefully, in the future, this will be improved. And then I could see it being a... Whoa! Okay. Okay, then. So, yeah. I could see this being a decently competent NASCAR racing title after a few patches. But as it is, it needs some serious work. It's broken. This game is broken. And, yeah, people were asking me to give this a second shot. People were asking me, take a second look, do Austin's settings. I did. Still broken. Still, those major issues are still there. So, yeah, that's my closing thought. Visuals, they look good for 2008. They look good for 2008. Not for 2018. This literally, I mean, I know it's a different engine. I know it's the Unity engine. It looks like a sequel to Dirt to Daytona. It looks like a game that would have been maybe a launch title for the Xbox 360. Not the Xbox One or PS4. So, yeah, it needs work. Hopefully this will have a future patch or something that can fix it, make the driving a little better, or maybe the larger budget for 2019 will have a better game. But as this, again, I'm standing by my statement. I'm standing by my statement I made yesterday. I can't recommend this game. I can't recommend it for 60. I can't recommend it for 50. I can't recommend it for 40. I'd be hesitant to recommend it for 30 unless you're a big NASCAR fan. For 20, maybe. I mean, that's like the impulse buy territory. But yeah, for full price, never buy this game. So yeah, that's my closing thoughts, guys. Thanks for watching. Thanks for putting up with my ranting and everything. But yeah, so hope you guys have a good rest of your day. I'll see if I do hang out with Jeff. I might do a live stream with Jeff. We'll see. But yeah, until then, for the Sim Racing Paddock, I'm William Marsh, and you have a good one.